Jonah Hill, Neville Longbottom, and that guy from Drake and Josh. They've all lost a few pounds and gone through some impressive transformations. The same can be said for Audi's flagship SUV. The thing is though, many people weren't happy with the changes that Audi made to this second generation Q7 when it came about at the start of 2015. But you can't judge a book by its chrome-plated cover. Stay tuned for more on this 2-ton mammoth. As you can see, the front end of the Q7 is really quite aggressive with a massive chrome grille. Losing over 300 kilos from the first generation, Audi really have made full use of the stripped back panels with swooping curves and sharp lines. As ever, the German manufacturer has shown meticulous care. This is the S-Line model, but you can probably guess that from the badges hidden in the door sills and dotters around the car. And these stylish alloy wheels are a really nice touch. All in all, whilst we understand how people can prefer the first generation Q7, we do think that this new one grows on you over time. And onto the interior. We are seriously impressed with the layout and quality that Audi have integrated into the second generation Q7. It really is a great place to be, and there isn't a shoddy feature or button in sight. This gear stick, for example, looks like it's been transferred from a fighter jet, and it's surrounded by solid buttons perfectly placed for the driver. Stylish Quattro badges surround the cockpit, and the high definition 8.3-inch monitor pops up from the dashboard. Audi have also included this almost full-length, lovely swooping AC vent, which sits just on top of the quirky LED mood lighting strip. And of course we have the chunky steering wheel with the S-Line badge at the bottom, very important. Being an SUV, space is key, and as you may have guessed, the Q7 flies through the LeaseLowdown golf bag test, with enough room to fit 3 bags on top of each other in the 295 litres. Fold the rear seats down and it opens up to 770 litres, and if you really want you can fold the middle seats down for a massive 1955 litres. One thing we really like is the fact that Audi have included automatic rear folding seats, so you don't need to lean over and hurt your back, you just stand comfortably and hit the buttons. As you can see, there is more than enough head and leg room for the middle passengers. It is a little bit squished for the rear passengers, but it's more than manageable with adjustable mid seats. And what about the front seats? Well, they certainly put a smile on my face. In this car we have the lovely S-Line stitching in the seats and Alcantara trim, and they are oh so very comfortable. And of course fully adjustable using these electric mechanisms. One thing we really must throw in is how easy to use Audi's MMI system is. The 8.3-inch monitor is crystal clear and the menus are structured and concise. What's really cool is you can control the infotainment system by using this nifty touchpad with built-in futuristic LED lights. If however you'd rather keep things simple, then don't worry, because Audi have also thrown in this more traditional swivel button. The gear selection is also set out on matte black with LED lights. Surrounding the gear stick are the parking brake and start-stop buttons. On the driver door you'll find the fairly standard control panel, and as ever the steering wheel is multifunctional. Behind it you'll find the engine start button, which works in line with the keyless entry and keyless go. The buttons mounted on the steering wheel make it very easy to control Audi's multimedia interface, including the digital dash display which shows the satellite navigation, the radio or music, the miles per gallon and fuel figures, and so on and so forth. Another feature we love is the quad climate control, which again is laid out beautifully with digital displays on the main buttons. As you may have guessed, cubbyhole space is also fantastic, and there's more than enough room for 2 bottles in each door, plus your essential bag of sweets, along with 2 cup holders in the front and a generous glove box compartment. Isofix systems have been installed in every passenger seat, underneath these clip-on cushions which protect your backside and keep you comfortable. To finish off, Audi haven't just added parking sensors, but they also give you this rear reversing camera in the parking pack, which is extremely helpful. I'm currently driving the 3-litre 268 brake horsepower diesel. Now that makes for a 0 to 60 time of 6.5 seconds, which isn't bad, especially considering the size of the car. It has a 75-litre tank which costs just under £90 to fill up, and on paper it produces 47.9 miles per gallon, but in the real world you're going to get about 32 to 35 miles per gallon combined. They say that variety is the spice of life, and if that's the case, then I'm afraid the Q7 is a little bit bland. You see, it only comes with 2 engines in the UK, both being diesels, and neither being outrageously powerful, which of course is what a lot of people, including myself, want. Don't get me wrong, both of the diesel engines in the Q7 do the job, but you might find yourself missing a bit more power under your right foot every now and again. Now, I will say that you can upgrade to the Audi SQ7, which is a 435 brake horsepower car. The issue being that that adds 15k to the RRP, and if you ask me, that's a little bit of a stretch. It's just a shame that there aren't more options in terms of the engines for the Q7. On the other hand, the 8-speed automatic gearbox that you get with the Q7 is really good. It's faultless, and if you combine it with the adaptive air suspension that keeps the car level at all times, the all-wheel drive, and also the seats, which are incredibly comfortable, then you're left with a seriously smooth drive. It's one of those cars that just makes it so easy to creep over the speed limit without even noticing, so definitely keep an eye on the speedometer. So it's not slow, it's got comfort and ride smoothness. I think the only other thing to mention is, and this isn't a criticism, but if you're in the city it might be a bit problematic, just because the Q7 is obviously a big car. Its width is, just over 2.2 meters, I think it is. So if you come across tight spaces, car parks and things, just be a bit careful. We've all been there, we've all heard that screech when you scrape your wheel. It's really not a nice feeling. There's obviously the Q5 and other small cars, the Tiguan, the X3, different things like that are just a bit smaller, easier to maneuver. So maybe check them out if you are a bit unsure or uncomfortable with having a big car. In terms of cost, the 268 brake horsepower S-Line Q7 starts from £51,950, and you can lease it from between £550 and £650 a month on average. So clearly it's not the cheapest SUV out there, but that said, you do get a lot for your money in terms of features, as you saw before. And of course you will be the proud owner of a prestigious vehicle. Now, with competitors like the Volkswagen Touareg, or Touareg, however you want to say it, and the Volvo XC90, for example, there are cheaper SUVs out there. And then you also have other competitors like the BMW X5 and the Range Rover Sport, which offer more power. So it is a tough race for the top spot in the SUV market. If, however, you are dead set on the Q7, and I wouldn't blame you if you were, because it is a lovely car, I would really like to recommend the SQ7 with the extra power, but to be honest, it's just difficult to justify the extra cost involved. So our recommendation from LeaseLowdown has to be to go with this model, the 268 brake horsepower diesel, simply because it's the best all-rounder. And in addition, we'd recommend going for the S-Line because of the extra features that you get. And finally, in terms of the packs, there is a lot out there, but it really comes down to your own personal preference. This car has the dynamic pack, which is great, it does the job. And there is obviously a sports pack, a technology pack available if you want a heads-up display, for example, little touches here and there. It comes down to what you want in your car, so take a look at the prices and have some fun. In conclusion, Audi's flagship SUV really is something special. For us, the main highlights are the easy-to-use MMI or multimedia interface infotainment system, the flawless interior quality, and the amount of space that's available for the passengers. Three things we're not so keen on are the lack of engine options, the fact that you have to put so much effort into closing the doors, and the occasional key confusion, which leaves you looking a bit silly trying to open the boot or doors. Overall, it is an expensive SUV, but honestly, this is one of those cases where it might just be worth it. If you like this video, then don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Let us know what you think of the Q7 in the comments below, and visit LeaseLowdown.co.uk for more automotive content.
Hello, can I just stop?
Hi, mate. Yeah,
just a quick inquiry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, nice one.
As you're going round, I just said like you were talking. You're talking to that?
Yeah, I'm doing a car review, mate.
What are you doing?
Yeah. So.
Right.